Hello from Dubai.
Hello from the Maldives.
Look at us. We're so exotic. Can I just say, you look really lovely and glowing, and I do not look tanned at all, because I've been trying to keep myself out of the sun since having that peel.
Of course. You can't go. Do you know what? I was thinking about that with you, how you're getting on with that out in the sun.
Awful, because I love the sun and I'm a bit of a sun worshipper. Like, I love having a tan, and actually you sort of, if you're trying to keep your face out, you kind of just keep your whole self out. I haven't really laid at all, you know, like.
No. I mean, to be honest, we haven't really laid in it, but it's just so hot here. Like, you could walk to breakfast and get a tan. Do you know what I mean? It's like me and Mum see a little sign on the island, because this island that we're on is really far, and we're actually only 26 kilometres from the equator. So
wow.
It's like,
no
scorching.
way.
Yeah, it's really
my goodness.
close to the equator, so it's so hot.
Well, actually, the weather here is perfect for the kids. You know, like, it's not too hot, it's not too cold.
Yeah.
There's a bit of misty cloud. So actually, it's not like boiling sunshine every day, which obviously is quite good when you've got small children. But yeah, I think I'm packing it in now. I feel like I'm giving up with the hiding of the fact, like, I just like having a suntan. This isn't for me. Like, the supermodel look is not for me. You know, like, they keep their face out of the sun all year round, don't they? I think I'm just going to live with a bit of pigmentation and just get on with it. But anyway, so come on, let's chat holidays. Tell me, you go first. Tell me how the Maldives is. I know you've been filming. How was the flight? Like,
so we had a real journey getting here. So we had to get the aeroplane, obviously, which is like 11 hours. We got on the plane at Heathrow, and we was delayed for 2 hours on the plane before we even took off, right?
No, you wasn't.
So, yes, we was. So you know what?
No.
That is just, it's like the worst thing ever, isn't it? You sit on the plane, you think, right, all ready to take off. We had a 2 hour delay sat on the plane. So it wasn't really a great start. Who knows? God knows why. But that was
awful.
like a bit, that was a bit annoying, because, you know, like when you sort of get like 3-4 hours into the journey, you're like, oh, we would have only had like a few more hours left now. But anyway.
Of course.
So then we got to Mali, and then we had to get on a domestic flight from Mali to another island, because the island that we're on here is really quite far. So we had to get on like not a seaplane, a propeller plane. So it's like like a small aeroplane, but kind of in between a normal aeroplane and a seaplane, if you like. Okay. Really loud. Didn't really enjoy that flight. And that was quite hard, because you imagine, like, the kids were really tired at that point. But to be fair, and I have to be really honest, and you know I would tell you, I would be honest, but the kids were really good the whole journey here. They were so that's
good news.
Chilled. They had a little sleep on the plane, like the first flight. Mm-hmm. So then we got to another island, and then we had to get on a boat for an hour across to where we're staying, and the boat ride was lovely. You know, like when you do that boat ride, it's like, heaven.
Well, it's kind of like
you're on the home stretch.
It's like at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, here we go, and you've got the breeze in your face.
Exactly. And then we got here, and it was like, you know, like breath of fresh air. The island is beautiful. It's amazing, and we all said, actually, it was worth the journey.
It.
Like, it's and it's been so lovely. We've obviously been filming, so. We filmed for the first 5 days, and film crew actually left this morning. So we've now got a few days, like just
it's like
us,
celebrate,
to unwind and relax. I know, woohoo! But no, the filming wasn't too intense. It was fine. The schedule was fine, but I feel like, obviously, like when we're filming, you know, we've got stuff to get done, we've got chats to do, and you know, they're following us what we're doing out here, but it's still kind of on a schedule, because obviously, you know, it's not just us, it's the film crew as well. But no, it's been amazing. Like, I'd say so far the highlight of the holiday would be, we went snorkeling like in the open water, and we went to like a reef really far out at sea, and we like saw dolphins on the way. Both the kids, like Nelly and Arthur, Mum stayed on the island with Margot, and Nelly and Arthur, they both snorkeled. Like, I was so proud of them. You know, you think, oh, this is going to go one way or the other, because obviously it's quite, when you're out in that ocean, and it's quite dark, isn't it, at some points. And then, but we did go to like the edge of a reef, so we could see loads of fish, and we see turtles, and it was incredible. Like, and they both loved it. Like, Arthur's never done it before. he was like, Mummy, it's so beautiful under there. Like, it's just like a different world, isn't it, under the water?
Oh, wow, what an experience.
Yeah, that was really amazing. Really, really lovely. But tell us how your holiday's been so far, because you're in Dubai for quite a few weeks, aren't you?
I think it was 20 nights. We've done a week today. So, and I kind of feel like my holiday started yesterday. I know that sounds bizarre, but so when we first got here, we stayed in an apartment for the first part of the trip, and it was actually quite good to do, like, to kind of live it. Like, obviously we'd never done that before. We was just trying to break up the holiday a little bit. So we've done the first sort of 5 nights in an apartment, and then we've done now for the next, I think we've got 10 nights left. We're in the hotel anyway. So it was absolutely fine. But you know that feeling, like you think you're going on. Well, when you go on holiday, obviously it's like you just go for breakfast. You can kind of get what you need. When you're in an apartment, it's so different. Because obviously you have to get there, think about, right, I need to go food shop, get a shop in straight away, you know. You have to make sure your towels are getting washed. You know, all that, I know it sounds silly because we do it at home all the time, but it's
No, of course. Like,
you have to think about it.
It's a different holiday in an apartment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was quite, it was absolutely fine. And we obviously had loads of space, and the kids did not mind at all. But Paul and I were like, actually, we didn't. I think maybe because the swimming pool was shaded in, because where the apartment was, it's quite built up in one of those kind of like more city area, like a marina area.
Yeah.
And the problem is I think that it wasn't like, right, let's just go swimming every morning, because where the swimming pool was positioned, it was shaded as well, so it just didn't feel very like holiday. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, it was still lovely. Yeah. We've done some really nice things, like we've been meeting up with friends, we've gone to beach clubs, it was absolutely fine. But yesterday we checked into the hotel and it's like heaven. You know, you're like, oh, this is nice.
That video you sent me, it looks amazing.
So obviously this is a new hotel. We've never stayed here before. And Paul and I were like, do we go back to the hotel we always stay at, or should we try somewhere new? Because we didn't actually book our hotel until a couple of days ago. Yeah. So we was like ringing round, getting prices, comparing quotes. And we was like, look, it looks like they've got pretty much everything here for kids, and they have. And next door, you've got the water park at the original Atlantis. And I was like, look, let's just try it. It looks amazing on the internet. It looks great on Instagram. I've seen loads of people.
Sorry, can you see Mum?
Yeah, but only a little bit. Only like her arms and stuff.
No reflection. So just because she's wandering around naked, I just didn't want her to.
I'm joking. Sunbathing naked. So we checked in anyway, and then on check-in they was like, just sort of like, you know, how long have you been here, and asked us loads of questions, and I was chatting to this lady, and when she got our keys ready, she was like, oh, you know, I'm pleased to tell you that we've upgraded you. And you know, when you just like,
amazing,
yes. So actually, Rosie, how excited was we? We was like, yes. So which was a lovely, obviously, surprise. They upgraded. We got 2 rooms. We have to now. God, like the holidays have doubled in price. Now you've got so many kids.
Yeah.
So we booked 2 rooms, but then they upgraded one of the rooms to a suite. So we've got, the kids have got like their room with the 2 beds, and they upgraded mine and Paul's room to a suite. So it's lovely. And you get a bit of extra space with the baby, and the views are gorgeous. Yeah. Like I'm sitting here now, like I know that people are listening and not watching YouTube, but like, can you see out the window? Because where we are, like you've got like the perfect view of the palm and the. But anyway, yeah. So it's lovely. We went swimming yesterday, and we've now got like the rest of the trip to. Because you know, like when we was in the apartment, like we was sort of doing stuff in the day, but we done a couple of dinners, but it was all very casual. Like where the apartment was, it was in this park called like Blue Water, and actually it's quite nice. They've got like all new restaurants, they've got shops, they've got all the little cars for kids. Like it's quite family orientated, but very casual. And I've bought so much stuff, and you just think like, why did I even bother? I've got like probably 15 outfits, and I promise you I've not wore one of them. Actually, last night I went for dinner, and it was the first night I put like a nice dress on with a pair of earrings, and I was like, oh, okay, so like I just need to start wearing some outfits. But
how's Edward been? Mum said to me, Mum went, I think Edward will be walking by the time he gets back from holiday.
So yesterday he was non-stop. So as soon as we got into the hotel, and I know it sounds silly, but I think it does help. Like there's carpet, right, in our room. Right, so he's nearly there. He's non-stop. And now what he does is he can stand up without holding on. So like He puts his hands on the floor, pokes his bum out and stands up.
Oh, bless him. So is he like kind of like wobbling around?
I honestly do think by the end of this trip he's going to be walking. And actually I bought some little shoes with me because I was thinking you have to think of that, don't you? Because they go for so long without shoes, and then it's like actually he's going to need something on his feet. So the goal is to have some little shoes in him.
Have you got those little
holiday.
soft leather ones? Remember the ones that Paul
the little Rachel Rileys.
Wear them as well, like the little soft leather slipperettes.
They're so cute. I've got them with me, and they're so small. I actually don't think they're going to fit his fat little feet, because Edward's feet are really fat. They're like
because he's got little chunky feet.
Actually, I wanted to say, so Louisa hooked me up with a friend of hers that lives out here. Her name's Catherine. She's like a holistic kind of doctor, kind of specialist. She knows all about like the gut and things like that. Anyway, she has got 3 boys, and her 3 sons had eczema. So Louise was like, you need to speak to Catherine. She was like, go and see her when you're in Dubai. So literally the second day we got here, I took Edward and we went to see her, and ended up spending the whole day with her. She's absolutely lovely, and she knows everything about just children's diet, eczema, the gut. And obviously, I'm really like into holistic health and medicine and stuff like that. So it's it was just great. And she's basically given me like a diet for Edward. She's given me creams and potions and lotions. Like I've got this little Hongua cream here. Like anyway, so I'm going to actually post about it on my Instagram, because so many people reach out to me about eczema. And obviously, because you've seen it, when we're in the sunshine, Edward's eczema completely goes. Like it's amazing. The sun and the sea is like a miracle healer. But yeah, having all the advice from Catherine's been great. Like Edward's skin's been amazing. I can't wait to show you some pictures.
Oh, really? Wow, that's just shows you, doesn't it? Like when you get the right information, and
that's it. And it really is about your gut health and your toxic load and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is, I'll post Catherine's page on our Instagram, so people that if they want to reach out and have a consultation with her or a chat, she can do it all from online. But anyway, that was great, and we ended up spending the whole day with them, and they live on the Palm, and she's got 3 boys, so Paul loved it, because we've got other friends out here that have got girls, and it's actually really nice for Paul to play with boys. You know what it's like when it's all girls.
Yeah,
here's my boy, come and say hi to Auntie.
Pulse.
Say
hello. Hello, darling. Hello. We miss you.
Billie, do you know what was really funny the other day when we was at the beach club and Paul's iPad was ringing? It was Arthur, them two trying to contact each other. I was just laughing so much. There's Paul was laying on the sunbed on the phone to Arthur. We'll have to call him later.
Having a chat. Oh my God, it's raining here. Sorry, I can hear like raindrops, and it's like it's raining, but it's quite nice. It needs to clear. It's so humid.
Yeah, nice.
I've just looked around. It's raining. Greg's taken Nelly and Arthur to the pool, so they're probably loving it. Like,
swimming in the rain.
In the rain, you know what kids are like.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We're in a water villa, right? So I've never, since having the kids, we've never stayed in a water villa, because my anxiety would be through the roof with it. Like, oh gosh, no, like, what if like they fall in or whatever. But we actually chose to stay in a water villa this time, because obviously Nelly and Arthur are now at the ages where they can both swim, and they know, like, obviously not to go near the edge or whatever, fall into the sea. But we've got like a little pool on our terrace and like hammocks, and it's so lovely. But we were saying, like, this is probably the last time for at least another 5-6 years we'll be able to do this, because obviously when Margot's walking,
I think, I know what you mean. We stayed in one, the last time we was in the Maldives, we stayed in a water villa. And actually, I just think it's preference. I know what you mean by like the whole anxiety thing, but I just think when you're on holiday, there's water everywhere anyway. And I just think it's just
true.
It's just preference. You just have to keep your eyes peeled, 24/7. Even yesterday, Edward, he's getting so brave. So we're in the children's swimming pool, and actually it's really shallow, but he was taking off from the side and thought he could like run, like it was only coming up to his like tummy.
Yeah.
But the amount of times he went under yesterday, I was like, Edward, slow down. But he was getting, it's good because he's really confident, but he was non-stop. I said to Paul.
Confident, yeah.
I said, literally, me and Paul was like, we cannot take our eyes off Edward for a second. Like, not even half a second. Because he just thinks he can.
At that age, you can't.
He really can't.
Got it all to come. I've got it all to come.
Oh, I know. I just thought it's just impossible because we're outnumbered now.
Well, like even today doing this podcast, so Greg's taken Nelly and Arthur to the pool, and Mum's come here with me to. I mean, Margot is actually asleep, but Mum was like, "I'll come and watch Margot."
Yeah.
Well, you do your podcast, and Greg's taking the other two to the pool because they'll just be running around like Tom and Jerry otherwise in this dinner. But yeah, you're right. You're when there's just two of you, you are outnumbered. Like, and it's
totally outnumbered.
It's like trying to keep your eyes everywhere, isn't it? On all of them. They're still quite young. They still need your attention all the time.
Well, that's it. And obviously, I've stayed in the room. Those two in their room, they just woke up. To be fair, you can tell by their bed heads. But Paul's taken Edward down to breakfast. So then, hopefully, when I'm done here, we'll all go and eat, and hopefully he'll be asleep in the pram at that point, so we can eat in peace. But probably won't happen, but that's the dream goal this morning.
That's the dream. I know. Well, it's really funny. So the first 2 nights we were here, obviously we're on quite a big time difference. Mm-hmm. We're 6 hours ahead of UK time.
Yeah, it's quite big.
So it's quite big, yeah. So the first 2 nights, Margot actually slept through the night.
No.
Here, right? So I was like, oh, this is heaven. Like, obviously we had a really long journey here, but where I had a stint of sleep, 6 hours unbroken, I felt like spring in my step. Like, I felt really good the first couple of days, because although we was a bit tired, jet lag, natural from that journey, but I'd slept and I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, she's going to sleep through the night. Anyway, as the time's gone on the holiday, she's now back to like the normal, like waking up like every sort of couple of hours, 3 hours. And so I actually do look quite tired and puffy because I feel like.
You don't at all, you look glowing.
Sometimes do you feel like you get to a point on holiday, and the same with the kids as well, where everyone I know you're meant to go away and relax, but holidays are actually, as much as it's so lovely, but they are quite full on and hard work. And even with the kids having late nights and then having to get up like early in the morning, get to breakfast, get ready out the room. Like, it's quite full on, isn't it?
Absolutely. And you know what? We'll probably get completely caned for saying it, but it's so true. Like, when you have small children and you go on a trip, like, it's lovely. Don't get me wrong. You make memories. You're in the sunshine. You're out of the everyday routine at home. And it is a privilege to go on holiday. You know, you eat out and, you know, it's absolutely wonderful. But like you were saying, it's at home. You don't get up, get ready for breakfast every morning. You don't then swim all day and then come home and get all your kids ready and go out for dinner again. And they're not out late every night for dinner. And then getting up again first thing because you need to be at breakfast before breakfast closes. It is quite, it's quite, especially if you're.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
But it's amazing and lovely, but it is quite full on and tiring, especially like if you're not sleeping all night.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you know, we're like, Edward's not sleeping through. Last night I had a terrible night with him. He was up every hour and my nipples are so sore today. It's just, anyway, same old. But do you know what? I was just looking at the diary because I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot. So I get home on the Sunday and we go to Paris next Thursday. How exciting.
I know. Me and Mum was talking about this. I was like, I need to sort out my Paris outfits as well. Like, there's so much going on. We're filming like the finale as well for the show.
Okay. So you're going to be really full on.
When we get back, there's like no time for jet lag. It's like very full on. And then we've got Paris, which I'm so excited about.
And actually, we're probably not going to get much sleep then because we're going to want to like make the most of them 48 hours. We're going to be like up, breakfast, shopping, lunch, dinner.
Sue, Billie and Sam in Paris.
Oh no, but that'll be really fun. And actually it'll be nice because the kids get you 100% day and night when you're on holiday, don't you? And actually it's like, right, mummy can have a bit of me time. Yeah, it's going to be a break.
Yes.
It's going to be lovely.
It is indeed.
This podcast is brought to you by Deichmann, where you can find big brand trainers from Nike, Adidas and Puma at the best price.
I think it's safe to say that we both love trainers. I actually don't think I wear anything else at the minute.
I know, me too. Because you can even dress up a nice pair of fresh trainers. I do that all the time. I recently actually wore like a trouser suit with a white t-shirt and a pair of trainers. It looked lovely.
I love that. I do think with a pair of brand new trainers, it can just make an outfit, can't it?
Absolutely. So you guys, we have something very exciting to tell you about. Deichmann offers quality footwear at affordable prices. So much so that if you find an identical pair of shoes elsewhere, Deichmann will price match and give you an additional £1 back.
And if you think that's great, Deichmann are also offering a buy one, get one half price offer on all Fila and Skechers trainers from the 27th of March to the 30th of April.
Oh, that's exciting. You can get a nice fresh pair for spring.
Yeah, that would be great. And the offers don't stop there. Deichmann are giving a 10% discount exclusively to the Sam and Billie Show podcast listeners with code Sam and Billie 10.
So that's a 10% discount with the code Sam and Billie 10, valid until the end of April.
Also, make sure you check out the episode description for the links and offers. Enjoy!
So, I know this is a bit of a shorter episode, and we're really sorry, guys, that this episode's late as well because there was all sorts of technical issues. But we're going to keep this one kind of short and sweet, and then we're going to do another one in a few days whilst we're both still on holiday. But anyway, so should we quickly go on to, we've got wedding regrets. Remember last week we were saying there was a question for you, Billie, that was like,
yes,
would you change anything about your wedding? Well, actually, we had quite a few of our listeners write in, so I'm going to go ahead and read one out. So, Leanne, she said, I got married on Don't Tell the Bride. Oh, okay. So I didn't have much to say on my wedding day. It was beautiful. My husband had put in some really thoughtful gestures, but the dress was 2 sizes too big. Oh no. And the seamstress only had 12 hours to sort what she could. I also got sent to a cow farm for my hen do. What? And I thought I was reading it wrong then.
That's bad.
And we got married on a...
What's cow farm?
I don't know. Well, obviously... And got married on a platform in the sky. I'm scared of heights.
Oh no,
Leanne.
This would be my worst.
You were so brave. Can I just say, right, anything that could have gone wrong went wrong. The hen do was on a cow farm. Why?
But why? Who would do that? Why would you do that to your future wife?
And then also the dress was too big. I mean, hubby should have known her dress size, surely. And then, then she got married on a platform in the sky. No, that's not my idea of romantic.
No.
Especially, I mean, if you love heights, then yeah, but she says that she hates heights. Okay.
Nice.
That's awful, poor Leanne. Hopefully you'll be able to renew your vows in a few years or something. You can plan it yourself.
Yeah, and do something a bit slightly nicer. So, Emma, I wish I hadn't been 6 months pregnant so I could have enjoyed it more. Yeah, I never quite understand being a pregnant bride. Like, it just wouldn't be for me.
I think women that fall pregnant out of wedlock, women and men, I don't know, but I think maybe it comes from the woman's side a bit more, kind of want to have that marital security and their name and on the birth certificate. So it's like, right, we need to get married. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's... I'd say that 9 times out of 10, maybe that's why a lot of women do it, because why else would you... I don't know. Like, because obviously in pregnancy, like, pregnancies can be amazing, but then also you don't feel yourself, do you?
Yeah, but
like,
some people have like
100% yourself.
Yeah, and also it's not even really about the alcohol thing, because, you know, I also think that you sometimes just feel so tired, and like you'll put clothes on, like you'd put your wedding dress on, and it's like, look, it's lovely. Some people like to be pregnant when they get married, because I've seen that before in the past, but maybe it's more of a, right, okay, we're not married, we're about to have a baby, let's do this properly. Maybe that's the reason why. But obviously I didn't do that, because we are going to be 10 years in October. Or was it 9 years? I can't remember. I think 9 years. Still not married.
So you definitely won't be pregnant.
No.
Or will you?
No. Okay, so Pam, I wish I could have changed my dress a mermaid style in July. It was a big no. A mermaid style in July. I wonder why. Was she hot, do you think? Maybe. I like a mermaid style. I couldn't really quite work that one out. Let's move on. Alexandra.
Yeah, mine was quite mermaidy, I guess, and that was in the scorching heat.
I love a mermaid style, but maybe she's saying she was hot. I don't know.
This one's quite funny.
Yeah.
Kirsty. I wouldn't drink so much so I could actually remember it.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because you can easily get carried away, right, of all the nerves.
Yeah.
Like...
Completely. But I actually, on my wedding day, I mean, obviously we was all, like, everyone was just having the best time and drinking and stuff. But I obviously did drink, but I never got to that point where I remember everything, basically. Yeah. And I'm so glad, because even in my head, I thought, do you know what? Like, you don't want to not remember it. You want to sort of like be able to wake up and like reminisce. Yeah. And I did, like, although obviously, of course, I did have like a few drinks, but I was really like, said to myself, like, come on now.
That's good though, because I think when I get married as well, I know what I can drink, I know what I can't drink. So I'll just stick to like spirits. I'll have zero wine. I'll have no shots, because you're right.
No shots.
Maybe one. But it's just...
Little cheeky tequila.
Yeah, because you want to be merry, like, and enjoy and get involved. But like you're saying, you don't want to be paralytic. You don't want to like forget or do anything embarrassing, or then like the next day not remember a thing.
Imagine being like a really drunk bride, stumbling around like you're all elegant and lovely, and then like stumbling, and it's not a good look.
But I bet it happens often, because
of course it does.
You're so nervous. You think, right, give me a drink, let's calm the nerves. Then there's the next drink, then there's the next drink, and the next thing you know, you're absolutely lagging.
Probably more so with the grooms. I remember, who was it? Someone was telling me recently they'd done a wedding, like it was someone I think might have been doing something at the wedding, and they said that the groom turned up paralytic, hadn't slept the night before. Was like all like mangled, like, and they said it was just like, it was so bad, you know, like completely ruined themselves the night before. I think like,
oh no, that's I remember awful. I would be so upset, because that's really.
And 1 minute, Margot's woken up. Mum's just brought her here. Let's just show you.
Oh, let me
see.
She's
got so big. Margot.
Margot. Hello, darling. Oh my goodness.
Say look, who's that? Who's that?
She looks so big. I need to see her. She's not looking, she's more interested in the ocean. Billie, I need to come and see her when I get back and before we go to Paris, because I need to. I haven't seen her in so long. Give me a smile.
Oh, Margot's really teething, by the way, on this holiday. Bless her.
I love you. So should we do a quick Ask Us Anything before we go? We'll do quick. Let's do one dilemma and one Ask Us Anything, yeah?
Sorry, I made a jump then. My big, loud, annoying voice, I made a jump. Sorry. Sorry, Margot. Yes, let's do Ask Us Anything. Okay.
Right, okay, so we'll do one dilemma and one Ask Us Anything. So, dilemma. I'm 23 and my boyfriend is 24. My partner plays football 3 times a week, including Saturday all day, which means we only get Sunday together. He said, when we have kids, he still wants to play football all day, every Saturday. This feels unfair, as I will be with the kids all week and then all day Saturday. Is this a deal breaker? He refuses to compromise on this. Can I just say, right, they obviously don't have kids yet, and I think that will probably change. You know, like when you say things before you have kids, like, yeah, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to be this parent, or I'm still going to make sure that I see, you know, friends and family all the time. Trust me, when you have children, all those plans go out the window and you're just trying to survive, especially in the first bit. That's
exactly.
I wouldn't worry.
And also, I wouldn't worry as well, like exactly for the same reason that you said, but also like, even just like saying that and being like that, well, I will still like, it is actually a little bit selfish. And when you have kids, you cannot be a selfish parent. It's all about them, isn't it? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And playing football, maybe like, but there has to be a compromise. Go and play football for a couple of hours on a Saturday morning. Why does it have to
I don't understand. I mean, a full game is 90 minutes, and surely they only play for an hour if it's like recreational football. Like, it's not like he's a professional footballer, right? So I think, exactly. Still keep fit, still play your football.
Career?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And also, that's fine. She should say, that's absolutely fine, sweetheart. You do your football 3 times a week. I will do my gym or wine time with my girlfriends 3 times a week, you know, and we'll just...
exactly.
50-50.
My me time.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do an Ask Us Anything. Do you have any guilty pleasures that you like to watch on Instagram? Any particular influencer or style of reels? I'm obsessed with cleaning videos. Do you have any?
I'll be honest. There's nothing that... I'm not really... in tune with anything like that in particular, you know, like what you said, like, oh, I love watching a cleaning video. I do quite like watching on Instagram. Or no, I tell you what I like to see on Instagram. You know, the style pictures where it comes up and they no one's wearing the outfit. They're like cut out images of like,
they're good.
Shorts, a t-shirt, a bag. I actually find those really useful for like inspo for outfits.
Yeah, that's a good one actually. Well,
I do like those.
Yeah, they're good. I save some of those as well for inspiration. I would say on Instagram, I'm, you know, like it sort of favours things that you like or comment on or watch. With me, it's all health stuff, and it sounds really boring, but I get some of it can be really interesting. You know, like I don't know, certain toothpaste to use or what not to do when you sleep and things like that. So now my whole Instagram feed is like, I'm just, and it can,
I do agree,
it can be a little bit annoying sometimes though, because it'll be like, you know, whatever you do not eat Cheerios, it's got living microbes, and I get that, and
oh my god,
it is shit.
I've seen that one,
but in the
sometimes
end
I feel like it can be a bit too, it could be too much where you're like, you're not actually, if you followed everything you see, what they say, like the health experts, you actually wouldn't live your life. Like, it sometimes a little bit,
it's
you just
tough.
got to take snippets from it, haven't you? And like,
that's
make
it.
small
And
changes,
we make loads of changes. Yeah, and we do loads of change. We do this, do that. But then also, you know, we're still going to get a burger. Uh-oh, here's my baby. You can't see him, can you? Hello. You little baby.
Edward.
Hi.
Hello.
Look, it's all 3 babies. Actually, it's just in time. Paul, come here. Come and say goodbye to Auntie because we're finished now. Say bye.
I love you all. I miss you.
We love you. We miss you. We're going to come and see you when we get back. Bye. Love you. Thanks,
Love
guys.
you.
Thanks
Have
for
a lovely
listening.
time.
Bye.